Hello, we are live with leadership with the Coalition for Disability, discussing how leaders of the entity are highlighting the 30th anniversary of the ADA and the importance of disability inclusion in the work of higher education. My name is Angela Hoffman Cooper, and I use she, her, and hers pronouns. I'm the Director of Professional Development in the International Office with ACPA, College Student Educators International. It's great to have you here with us today. We'd like to begin with our ACPA land acknowledgement. ACPA, College Student Educators International, is the leading comprehensive student affairs association that advances higher education and engages students for a lifetime of learning and discovery. Although serving an international audience, our membership is primarily from the United States, and our offices are headquartered in Washington, D.C. at the National Center for Higher Education. Related to our mission of supporting and fostering learning through the generation and sharing of knowledge, ACPA acknowledges the painful history of genocide in the United States for Native, Aboriginal, and Indigenous peoples. We honor and respect the many and diverse tribal nations and peoples who were forcefully removed from, as well as those still connected to, this land. We particularly acknowledge and recognize that the land upon which our international headquarters is located today has long served as a site of meeting and exchange amongst a number of Indigenous people, including the Akahonik, Pocomoke, Piscataway, Anacostank, Mattapenians, Nangamuk, Pamunkey, Towihent, Nanticoke, Chickahominy, Manakun, Mattapanai, Nansemond, Rappahannock, Anistohini Unami, and Assateague tribal nations as the original occupants of the Washington, D.C. region. ACPA strongly advocates for higher education and student affairs professionals to honor the land, the original tribal occupants, and the history of the place where you are located. Further, we have a responsibility to continually self-educate, reflect, and listen to the histories and people in our areas, including tribal land acknowledgements in practice, and understanding and acknowledging history is not only respectful and educational, it is the justice-oriented advocacy that's necessary for continuing the work of dismantling the devastating effects of settler colonialism in our society. Again, we're really excited to have you here with us today. We do encourage you to take a moment to acknowledge the land that you're on, learn that history, and I'm excited to share that our presenters and speakers today will be sharing more about their land in a moment as well. We do also want to share that this session is being recorded and captioned live. In addition, embedded captioning is going to be available within 24 hours as a video on our Facebook page. And then if you do have questions, we do ask that you make a comment on this post. We'd be happy to address any questions, comments that you have either as we go or at the end. And thanks again for joining. With that, I'd like to turn it over to our leaders of the Coalition for Disability, Sarah, Trixie, and Spencer, to introduce themselves and share more about how the entity is celebrating the American Disabilities Act in the 30 years of the ADA.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are so excited to be with you all today. To quickly introduce ourselves, or myself, my name is Spencer Scruggs. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I am currently serve as the chair for the Coalition for Disability within ACPA. And in my day-to-day work, I currently serve as the assistant director for the Office of Accessibility Services at Florida State University. I am coming to you today from the original lands of the Muskogee Creek Nations, and I would love to pass it off to my wonderful colleague and partner amongst the Coalition for Disability, Sarah.
Thank you, Spencer. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Shopper Salazar, and I am the research coordinator for the Coalition for Disability. I am coming to you from and want to acknowledge and honor the land that I'm coming to you from, which is the land of the Kickapoo tribe. I will pass it over to Trixie.
Trixie, you're on mute.
Of course. Good morning, everyone. My name is Trixie Ramoso. I'm the Membership and Engagement Coordinator for the Coalition, and I'm coming from the land of Chiz and Tongalam. And I use pronouns she, her, hers.
And with that being said, we are so excited to be with you all today and to share a little bit about the Coalition for Disability and all of the great work that we are doing throughout the time since convention and everything that we offer for ACPA members. So I want to quickly highlight that today we are really trying to frame some of our work and some of the great things that we are doing through this discussion around the 30th anniversary of the ADA. And you know, I think my colleagues within the Coalition for Disability would very much agree that these unprecedented times, especially around the things that new challenges within higher education and things of that nature, just only highlight the importance of celebrating disability and really highlighting the presence of disability in higher education. And so we're coming to you from that perspective, and the Coalition for Disability really serves as the home for professionals within ACPA who identify as having a disability. And we define that very broadly. We very much define it in a way that we want to be inclusive of all members with a disability. And so to share a little bit with you about the Coalition is currently 20 years old. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary at the convention this past year, and the Coalition has a rich history within the association. Some of our predecessors love to tell the story about the importance of the founding of the Coalition and how, in many situations, people with disabilities have been erased in the history of higher education, and that the Coalition exists to dismantle that, and to really celebrate the individuals with disabilities that are integral to our community within higher education. And so with kind of that being said, we have evolved over time, and we have really taken this opportunity to expand some of our programming. And one of the biggest goals that we have is we are galvanized in our efforts to make ACPA the professional or the desired professional home for professionals in the field with a disability. And that shows up in a lot of different ways within the Coalition. We are an identity-based group within the association, and we very much endeavor to support and to celebrate professionals in the field who have a disability, and we want to support the professionals who are working with individuals with disabilities in the field. And so with the celebration, the 30th year celebration of the ADA and our 20th year celebration of the Coalition, we felt that it was important to share a little bit with you all about the great work that we are doing in the association. And so I first want to take the opportunity to share a little bit with you all about our membership engagement initiatives. And so with the introduction of the strategic imperative for racial justice and decolonization, the Coalition for Disability felt it was really important for us to honor the intersection and the continually influencing of disability through the lens of racial justice and decolonization. And we very much hold that disability justice does not happen without also focusing on racial justice and decolonization. And so a lot of our efforts on membership engagement have revolved uh, around racial justice and decolonization, and looking at how can we support the efforts for promoting these ideals, these strategic imperatives within our field through engaging our members in meaningful ways. And so I want to hand it over to my colleague Trixie. And Trixie will share a little bit with you all about the wonderful things that she is doing to engage our members in those conversations and to push the needle forward with racial justice and decolonization.
Thank you, Spencer. Hello again, my name is Trixie, and I'm the Membership and Engagement Coordinator for the Coalition. And we have an upcoming webinar in 2 weeks, August 28th. I believe the platform is going to be on Zoom, and we welcome all ACPA members to join us. And it is called Virtual Identity Quests, Building Community at the Intersection of Disability and Race. And the catalyst for it was the strategic impairment. We found some gaps in the strategic impairment where we wanted to include disability, and we also see how anti-racism and things of that sort are really highlighted right now, and wanted to bring how that influences our experiences with disabilities. And this engagement opportunity isn't only for those who are people of color. It's really anybody, because everyone has a race and everyone is on that plane of ability or disability in this case. And I think it's not your usual webinar. It's not a panel. It is probably just going to be me and one other moderator, hopefully Spencer. And it's going to be just a fun game to start us on some of those tough conversations where of those experiences of race and disability. So I hope you join us. It's, I believe, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you, Trixie, for sharing that. I wanted to also ask you, in terms of your work with membership engagement, why do you feel like it's so important for us to focus on racial justice and decolonization while engaging our members? And how do you feel like that contributes to our initiative to make ACPA the professional home for student affairs and higher education professionals with a disability?
That's a big question. But for me, I started my membership into this coalition because this coalition gave a lot to me to help me write my master's thesis on disability identity, and I wanted to give back. And so when there was a choice to be part of the leadership, I thought, okay, membership, because I think sometimes what I encounter in disability circles is being somewhat the token person of color. And I know I feel very situated and comfortable with my racial identity. And those were some of the circles that I couldn't push my racial identity to talk about some of the experiences that are different from them having a disability. And so instead of having racial identity recognize my disability, I really felt the other way, because those are the shared experiences. For me to have to understand my disability, it was really imperative. It was really imperative for me to know my racial identity, and I think it's really helped shape how I see my disability. Again, when I go into a room and I scan the room, usually my first context is race, because it's just obvious. But now I try to think of my ways of thinking is changed too, so that when I walk into a room, it's not thinking of disability as hindsight, but foresight along with my racial identity. So I thought if I was I don't think I'm the only one who thinks this way, hopefully, and hopefully we can build conversation and community that way so that we really feel that ACPA's Coalition for Disability is a home for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Trixie, for that. I really appreciate that perspective, because I think in a lot of cases, throughout our work, even working as someone, who on a daily basis has interactions with students, we often center whiteness when we talk about disability, and so I think it's really important for us to have those conversations to really raise and lift the experiences and narratives of Black, Indigenous people of color with a disability, and really, I think through your efforts and through the efforts of the coalition to engage members in this conversation, we can help the association become the professional home for professionals with disabilities. So thank you for sharing that. I then also want to take a quick opportunity to let our research coordinator, Sarah, share a little bit on some of the endeavors we're working on with research initiatives. So,
yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Spencer. So really quickly, to kind of build off of what Trixie shared about ways to be involved with the membership, I want to mention to you that there is a Facebook group that is titled Student Affairs Professionals with Disabilities. And it is for those of us who are professionals with disabilities. And it's sort of a place where we can be a little bit more vulnerable, ask questions about experiences that we're having. I will tell you, as one of the administrators for that group, it is very important that if you join it, that you have a disability. There's another group I can guide you to if you are a ally of folks with disabilities. And so you can request to join that group, and I will share that information with you that way as well. On the research front for the coalition, I'm very excited to share with you all that some point, and I got this confirmed this last week, and I don't have the date, we will be producing a monograph as a coalition that is designed strategically to share with practitioners how to incorporate disability, nuanced disability perspectives into their practice. So if you're a programmer on your campus, how do you incorporate that into programming? And if you don't know, if you've never had that, it can feel overwhelming. And unfortunately, if you went to a professional preparation program, you most likely did not get that education in that program. And if you did not, then you also most likely have not received that unless you have a disability yourself. And then probably what you're good at is figuring out how your disability fits the different contexts. But there's a whole host of different areas. So I said programming, there's going to be employment, both from the employer perspective as well as the employee, professional development at an institution in case you're in charge of that. It does incorporate some of the history that Spencer talked about. It talks about legally what's going on. And we've really tried hard to create it in such a way that it is user-friendly rather than just theoretical, and you've got to figure out how to implement it into your practice. And so be on the lookout for that. I would love to tell you the date, but I don't quite have it yet. But if you join our Facebook page or any of our efforts, I'm confident that when that date is known, you will see it advertised and put out there. And I just want to say that ACPA, we really appreciate working with ACPA and we chose to do that on purpose, not just because of the coalition, but because ACPA offers the services to help edit it to make sure it's user-friendly for practitioners. And then we're going to continue to do research roundtables as we find out about folks doing research on individuals with disabilities, whether it's they themselves or those that they work with have disabilities. And on that note, if you are one of those people and you are hoping to maybe obtain a little bit of grant money, we as a coalition are hoping to start up a fundraising campaign to raise money for that research grant. So I guess also if you're out there and you have lots of money and you want to contribute to that, feel free to reach out to me, Spencer, Trixie, any of us, ACPA. Say you just want to get it started and someone will point you in the right direction. I don't think we would refuse that. And on that same sort of similar note, just in terms of putting things out there, I did want to share with you that there are, Spencer shared that many of us have disabilities on the coalition. But again, also, if you consider yourself to be an ally, and this is an area you're passionate about for whatever reason, maybe you have a family member or what significant partner, whomever, it doesn't matter. You are also welcome to join our conversation and contribute. I will pass it back to Spencer.
Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate both you and Trixie being willing to jump on and share a little bit about the coalition and the great work that we are doing. I want to quickly highlight that we will, of course, share some of the links to our social media in the chat function. And so I want to make sure that you all have the option, if you would like, to follow us on those social media platforms so that you can get up-to-date information. And then I will also, again, just re-highlight that the wonderful program that we have on disability and race and decolonization is happening. Remind me, Trixie, August 28th?
Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
On August 28th?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So we want to encourage people to come, to join us, to really engage with the Coalition for Disability. We're doing some great things, and we need you to be a part of that. So.
Thank you so much to Spencer, Sarah, and Trixie for your time and for giving us updates on the Coalition for Disability and all of the great work that you've been up to and the great webinar that you have coming up. That sounds really great and really exciting. And also excited about the opportunities to continue these conversations at events throughout the year. And by following those social media accounts that we linked in the comments so that folks can continue to engage. And also thinking about the ACPA 21 virtual experience. So our annual convention will now be taking place virtually. And so the convention planning team is working very closely with the coalition to create an accessible experience and to really highlight programs and opportunities to connect more. So if you enjoyed this conversation and want to continue these conversations and want to connect more around serving students and professionals with disabilities and finding community with the Coalition for Disability, please do connect and join and follow those social media pages and make plans to join for our ACPA 21 virtual experience taking place in March 2021. Registration is open and our call for proposals is coming up soon, that deadline presently in September. So check that out. We would love to see and experience proposals from you around topics that you're interested in. We also invite you to join for our ACPA To Go webinar series. Later today, actually, we have a webinar taking place at 2 p.m. Eastern towards a decolonized classroom, a LUMBE modality of teaching. So we invite you to still register for that. There's time. You can either register to join us live today or register for the recording. And I can drop the link to that in the comments, as well as our information about our ACPA 21 virtual experience. Thank you again for joining us. Wishing you all the best as we continue to navigate this time together. For those of you that are joining us live, it was great to have you here. For those of you reviewing the recording later, thanks for reviewing. And again, this session is recorded. Captions will be embedded within 24 hours. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you all.